What's up, everybody? So this is a weekly outlook video for week one, day one. If you've been following my Instagram, I've been talking a lot about mindset, a little bit about resolutions, and maybe they're BS, maybe they're not, but this is an opportunity to start fresh. You can start fresh. We can start fresh in the new year with your mindset, with your discipline, with your strategy, and make this a reality for you so you can use the opportunity of outside funding to reprogram your life into something that you really want it to be, into your dream life, because you deserve that for sure. And this is the opportunity to do that. There's a ton of different businesses out there, and as an entrepreneur that you could go start, but they take time to get going, right? Years sometimes, and most new businesses fail. Most new traders fail too. So you need to look at this as a business, but the ability to ramp up capital doing this as a trader, especially with the opportunity to get funded, if you can just dial in a strategy and manage your risk, there's nothing else like it. And that is 100% the truth. So let's make it happen for you. And we'll get into what's going on this week in the markets. It's pretty slow to start out the week. We got some. And then Friday, we have NFP, which we will be live trading in the accelerator group. So we live trade Monday or Tuesday, Wednesdays, Thursdays every week. And then NFP, and we're not necessarily doing some sort of crazy NFP strategy or anything like that, but seeing that data pop, and we have a lot of fun, some great discussion around it, a lot of talk about fundamental analysis that you need to know as a trader. So now looking at the markets here, we had some pretty good rally for the euro. Euro is looking super strong right now. Of course, this is a 4-hour time frame as well. And I was actually in a long on EuroCAD. I'd gotten in from right around here and bailed early. Actually, you know what? I think it's even at the top here, which well, no, it was right here yesterday, or not yesterday, Friday. And that was a 90 pip move. So this is, especially with the crosses, very, very fast moving. Now, Aussie has been turning up, and we're starting to see some strength, especially this is Aussie New Zealand. I really like to use Aussie New Zealand as a, barometer to tell me which one is going to be, to gauge the general strength of the bias of Aussie. Now, of course, we use various different methods to do that, as well as currency baskets, something special that we do inside the accelerator group that really gets you dialed in on a specific currency, right? So looking at our yen basket here, this is pretty interesting, especially in the 4-hour time frame. We are super bullish. And if you look at it here in the daily, we have a trend line break, right? And we've just a huge pump through this level of resistance here. And I would say we would at least be looking to meet these highs right here. But, from where we're at, I would put a Fibonacci retracement and keep in mind that we're super close to this 78.6 from this last move right here, right? So, but I would look for this 127, and will be looking for this 127% extension. So, so gauging from this, once I establish my bias, this is key. Then I can make a trading plan around, how I want to approach that specific pair. So here is Aussie yen. I'm actually holding some shorts going into market open. If we see it on the 4-hour, this is a textbook momentum cross, momentum being my indicator here that you can see. We have this is showing us the general, what the overall sentiment of the market is. Clearly it's bearish, right? So now we have a pullback up. This is when I'm zeroing in on it. Now we're looking to roll over, potentially retest these lows down here. Now, and if we reverse engineer that a little bit more, we retested this high, which also correlated with the 78.6% Fibonacci retracement, which is right here, 78.6, boom. And then now we have a head and shoulder pattern, right? So this is pretty similar across the board. Euro yen, I shared in a video, had a great trade, great setup on Friday, right when the markets closed, and we made just like this little kind of double top looking formation here. So the question is if this is a bottom or not. I really doubt it. I think we're going to keep on pushing lower. So this all boils down to pattern recognition. If you can see the patterns and you can recognize it, then you can begin to spot them and make a trading plan, because I'm not a super mathematical person, but I am very, very great at recognizing patterns as they recur, repeating patterns as they recur, right? So, and this is exactly what I'm doing with my indicator, the momentum, and then making a trading plan around that. And this is super, super key for you all. So, once you learn this, that is, you have that component, then it becomes about getting that repetition down, doing those reps, and then from there, trading around that, so, and building in your risk management. So look at some of these different dollar pairs, euro dollar, and a lot of people talking about that the dollar strength is going to continue. And I don't know about that, right? So this is the dollar index. I think we might get, maybe, if you look at it daily, like this is super bearish, right? So we might get a pullback back up here, but this looks like to me that we're breaking down. So, and it makes sense because of, what's going on with the Fed. Maybe they're going to relax a bit, or at least there's no surprises that they're going to pull. So, I would be super cautious if you're overly bullish the dollar, but it's the Fed can turn that around in a second, right? And especially when you're looking at the fundamentals there. So if you look at GU here, that's pretty interesting too. On the daily chart, we've retested. We're sitting right at this 200 simple moving average here. So this is something that I would watch, because Euro already made a pretty strong move, right? And man, when the pound turns up, it turns up, right? So maybe that could happen now, and this could be a massive, massive move going into the start of the week, and something to keep an eye out on. Pound CAD right here looks looks pretty promising. So this is going to be something we keep an eye on for sure. So there's a lot of opportunities now, especially now that the holidays are over. We got, it was dead for 2 weeks, and you didn't really know. December is kind of off. That first week is solid, but then it's just like everything's going into year, bunch of weird moves and stuff. But that's over now, and it's on, right? So let's hit it hard. Let's crush it this year. And if you want my help and you want to make it happen, we are doing this every single day, live trading. Guys are getting funded. And people are becoming their own autonomous, confident traders. And that's exactly, I don't want you to have to watch videos of me anymore. I want you to be like, I know what I'm doing. I'm dialed in now. If I was mentoring you and you're in the group, and that would be a little bit different, but you would have your understanding. And this is what happens to most of the guys, is they have their own approach now, and they use that as a reference point. And then how do they work their own strategies around that? And that's exactly where I want to get you to be able to do. So, so you can do this on your own from wherever you're at. And let's make a long-term goal, a long-term mindset. It's the first of the year. Let's make it happen for you. And why think of getting funded that 100K account when you can get funded $1 million? That's a possibility. We will do it for you. It's soul funding. And that's where you should be thinking, because you need to be thinking about freedom. Because unless you have some sort of financial freedom, then you're always going to be stuck in the matrix, right? If you're working for somebody else, or even worse, on some sort of support on the government, they're going to tell you exactly what you have to do what you're required to do, what kind of medicines that you have to take, and you don't have a say about that, right? For you, for your kids, all that stuff. So this is like an escape hatch. So let's climb out of this well of disappointment and mediocrity we've been in. Let's crush it this year, everybody. And if you want my help to do it, we can do that. So click the link below, fill out the form, and let's make it happen. All right, everybody. Peace.